All right, well, looking forward to heading off to Chicago to play Northwestern. A terrific opportunity. Is certainly looking back at Indiana. Played very hard, had our chances. A couple missed free throws, a couple of miscues at the end. Certainly give Indiana credit. Excited to practice in here today. Our guys' faces lit up. We showed them around yesterday after practice when we practiced in the old gym. So they're fired up and excited to certainly, turn the page from Indiana and move on.
With Amir, is there any update with his status? Is he
nothing
out
new.
for?
Yeah, he'll be out for Northwestern, but nothing new. Just rehabbing him and going from there more than anything. So I think it'll be a little time. Certainly, I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. He'll be back.
Richard, how much thought did you give to which day to start here? I mean,
I didn't make it. They told me when we could be in, and we went in. So no, it wasn't my choice. They said that I guess today is Tuesday. I think they got the keys and stuff yesterday. We wanted to get in as soon as possible to be ready to go.
You talked after the Indiana game about some of the challenges you had a couple seasons ago, but this will be, a challenging test for you and the team. I think down a couple starters and given everything that you've got going forward. Yeah,
you just got to play the guys you got, and I told them yesterday. I said, guys, we're sitting at 13-4, 2-2 in conference. Do we feel like with who we have, can we go win some games? Can we still do what we're hoping to do, which is win, make the tournament? And I believe we can. They believe we can. That's the most important thing, is that they believe and we believe in the locker room. We're close to being 14-3 and 3-1, right? So we just got to find a way to go win some games, and everybody's got to be all hands on deck. Everybody's got to be ready to play different positions. I trimmed the playbook to make sure these guys are all ready to adjust when need be throughout the game.
You mentioned everybody, but you'll presumably be relying on those three guys, Dupree, Jordan, and Nate, a lot. What is the message to them with a lot on their shoulders right now?
Well, it's even more difficult too because Dupree really can't practice. So we got, and especially with next week, we've got 3 games and however many days. So it's not on everybody. It's not on just those 3 guys. It's on everybody to perform. And everybody, you still got a lot of bodies that can help. So it's not just on those 3 guys.
How about Washington when we get to the Big Ten play? Obviously he's finding out it's different now the way you're scouting and everything. What do you expect from him? What do you ask of him?
We spoke yesterday, and I said, because I think he's slowly getting more reliable out there. And I told him, you're going to have more opportunities, and you can have a great second half of the season, Big Ten season. There's still so much basketball to play, and I know he wants to play more. And I told him, you're going to get some great opportunities. So I think he's understanding it. He's learning. I thought he was more efficient last game than the game before. But, we're going to have to try 3-guard lineups, for as long as Amir is out. So he's going to get a lot of great opportunities.
Is Dupree always in that walking booth then? I mean, you said
he's
pretty much can't practice?
He's been for a while. He can do a little bit today, but we're really, really monitoring. That's more precautionary, just to kind of keep the pain off and everything. But, yeah, it's been like that for a while. It's been challenging, for him. But to his credit, showed great heart last game and performed very well as well. So just got to get him healthy, make sure he plays in those games for sure.
What will your rotations look like now then? Will it be kind of a game-by-game, matchup-by-matchup situation, or have you figured out how to piece this together yet?
Certainly the only real changes, we showed a smaller lineup last game. We had Murph at the 5 and Devontae at the 4. We had Dupree at the 3. So I think that there's not as much of a difference of the 1s, 2s, and 3s. The 3 runs the right side, 2 runs the left. I just need to be able to confidently turn to guys throughout the course of the game. Okay, Isaiah, I need you to play the 2. Dupree, I need you to play the 3 or whatever. Or Murph, hey, we need you to play the 5. But then I don't know if playing Murph at the 5 versus Isaac Haas is very beneficial. So, it's you got to figure it out a little bit. But everybody's going to have to play. And that's, as young people, they want to do that. So excited about that.
Is Harris ready to play more? Where is he at?
I think he is. I think I got to just continue to trust him more. But I think that he's going to have to get some opportunities. And what I like about him is he plays very hard. He can compete right now physically. He's quick. He can move his feet laterally very well. So again, we're halfway through the season. there's a lot of basketball to play, and he'll get some great opportunities.
Obviously, Devontae hit a couple threes in the last game, but do you see him as someone who can be a threat in the post as well?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably more of a stretch 4, but I do think that offensively, he's got some tools. Again, the mental part of being out 2 years, not competing, but I do think that slowly he's been playing more minutes, and that's been really good for his confidence. I think it's more the mental side of it, which is really, really normal and understandable when you're out that long. But yeah, he's a matchup. A lot of teams are playing these kind of pick and pop 4 guys as well. So I think he can attack the basket. He's athletic. He's long. He's skilled.
Richard, practicing here today, did they move into their locker room? And when will this place kind of be?
It's still not fully operational. We're all getting the kinks out right now. But yeah, I believe they'll move in the locker room. I think that they'd ideally, when we're gone next week, we're going to be gone all next week because we've got Penn State, Maryland, and Ohio State in New York. So I'm assuming from an IT standpoint, computers and they'll do that, getting the TVs up and running. But court's functional. That's really, at the end of the day, it's all we care about. Training room's functional. Our weights and stuff, we're going to move our weights over probably beginning of February. So we're kind of piecemealing a little bit, but the court's the most important part.
Coach, how have Bakari and Gaston responded to having more of an important role in the team?
Well, I mean, it is what it is, certainly. And Bakari played a lot of minutes. He was very tired. I think when he gets tired, he makes mistakes. But they're going to have to play a lot more. As much as I want to, can you play small? God, there's a lot of big guys in this league, and they've just got to have to figure it out more than anything. I mean, 2 years ago they had those opportunities. Last year, not as much, obviously. But they're going to have to be options. I think got to give Bakari a little bit more rest throughout the course of the game. But then Gas has got to give me that confidence as well. So it is what it is. But you know what? They want to play, and that opportunity is presented for them right now.
Richard, I know Reggie is still allowed to practice. Has he practiced since the
he didn't do much yesterday just because, I'm more focused on the guys that are playing more than anything. But he was there. But it was a short because we're so banged up right now.
Okay.
But he is there, if need be with certain things.
Will he practice going forward? I mean, do you
Yeah.
don't? Okay. Yeah.
When you say condense the playbook, I mean, are we talking a good amount, a tweak here or there?
Decent amount, yeah, decent amount. Just because, I think if we overwhelm them with too much, I mean, we're gonna have to play Isaiah at the 2 some. I think that Nate has been really good at the 1, and it's normal to want to put Nate to the 2 because he's older, but I'm going to look at maybe Isaiah at the 2 a little bit more. Dupree's going to have to play the 2 and the 3. Guys are going to play multiple positions. So if you have too many plays with guys putting Murph at the 5, who knows, Devontae at the 3. So it's going to have to be condensed, certainly. I think that's the best thing for everybody.
Can guys play, like Mason, can he play 35 to 38 minutes a game? When they're playing twice a week, is that an okay number?
Mason can do it. He can definitely do it. But then again, Dupree, is he going to get worn down? Amir could do it. Amir showed last year he led the Big Ten in all minutes. So some guys can do it, others cannot. But Nate definitely can. He can play 40.
On the miscues on Saturday, what's your protocol for, that first 3 is missed, you guys get the rebound. So you can't signal the timeout, but do you have like a signal to Nate or to somebody else to call a timeout if you want to call a timeout?
Well, we got a good shot because I don't mind what Nate took because Nate's been making that shot. He's been really good at that shot this year. It's like that Kevin Durant kind of 1 dribble 3 in transition. So Nate made one early in the year. Offensive rebound is a terrific time to get a 3. I just think Murph just didn't make the right play, to be honest with you. Devontae got that rebound. He kicked it out. It was perfect. I thought Murph was going to reverse it, and all of a sudden he shot it. What I would have liked to have done is reversed it, try to attack. Then if you don't have anything, we call a timeout. But I don't think you call a timeout when you're scrambling like that. I think that is a great opportunity to get a quick shot. So I really didn't have a problem with any of the execution except for Murph's shot clearly was not what we were looking for, and he could tell you that as well. So, but other than that, you don't call a timeout when the defense is scrambling. That's where you go attack. You think about Robert Johnson at 28 points. Maybe about 4 or 5 threes were off of offensive rebounds. We had a couple threes off of offensive rebounds. Those are really good times to shoot threes.
Do you think Murph didn't realize that there was still 15 seconds left, or was it just?
No, I think he just made a bad play, to be honest, and I think he would tell you that too.
With Murph's double-double streak right now, when you recruit a guy, you obviously have an idea what you think they can become. Do you think he's kind of blossoming into what you envisioned 3 years ago when you were bringing him in here?
Well, I think that when you think about our roster, there's been a lot of guys who've kind of had Murph's profile from a recruiting standpoint who have gotten a lot better. Nate Mason was like Murph's type of profile, 3-star athlete. Now he's looking at an all-conference player, potential NBA type guard. Dupree McBrayer, similar, right? And I think when Dupree is healthy, I think you saw last game, really, really good. Amir obviously was highly recruited. But then Jordan, I just think that it's a process, and he's just stuck with it. There's not a lot of fluff to Jordan. He just gets there and works. He's always had a really quick second jump. He rebounds his misses as well as any guy I've seen. But he's very, very level-headed and grounded. Smart kid. Not a lot of distractions in his life. Just loves basketball, loves school. And I think he can still get better. That's what excites me about Jordan.
A couple more for Coach. Any more for Coach?
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you.